Wow, friends, I have shocking news to share with you this morning. Millions of Americans still have time to claim any additional stimulus check from the federal government. Over $2,000 is currently available to be claimed right now for many low-income households. Congress is working on sending out new stimulus information. Friends, here's your daily news report and fourth stimulus check update. Please make sure you watch until the end of this video because I will be sharing with you how you can receive this relief money. I will also be giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. To enter the giveaways, simply click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. During the months of October, November, and December, I will be giving away surprise $200 gift cards to those of you that have been in this community for several months. Back in September 2020, the IRS announced it would be attempting to contact the nearly 9 million low or no income individuals and families who are not normally required to pay taxes to encourage them to receive economic impact payments, which are also known as stimulus checks. Fast forward 2 years later, and there are between 9 to 10 million eligible Americans identified who still have not received stimulus payments. Although October 17th was a deadline for taxpayers who missed the April 18th deadline to file taxes and claim the crisis relief payments, non-filing individuals and families have until November 15th to file a simplified tax return and receive their stimulus checks. Those interested will need to claim a recovery rebate credit through the Internal Revenue Service. This November due date is specifically for those who do not work or have none or little earned income and have had difficulties receiving crisis relief due to having no internet access, bank accounts, or experiencing homelessness. Low or moderate income workers who are typically eligible to receive tax benefits like the Earned Income Tax Credit had until October 17th to file. Between April 2020 and December 2021, Congress approved the issuing of 3 stimulus checks, totaling $931 billion to aid eligible individuals and families during the crisis. Most individuals making below $75,000 or married couples making below $150,000 qualified for the relief payments. When they began issuing stimulus checks in 2020, the Internal Revenue Service and the U.S. Treasury were using taxpayer data to automatically determine eligibility and issue the stimulus checks. After they performed a state-by-state review and sent notices to partner groups serving underserved communities and people experiencing homelessness, it was still a challenge to get payments to the millions of non-filers. Congressional Watchdog found a handful of groups that were having trouble receiving payments, including those that never filed a tax return, were filing for the first time, or did not have bank accounts. So friends, definitely make sure to claim any available stimulus check. Friends, the keyword for this video is Canadian River. If you would like to enter the next Walmart gift card giveaway, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below this keyword, which is Canadian River, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure, friends, that you are subscribed to my channel. If you haven't already received your California inflation relief payment, it looks like you may have to wait a little bit longer than previously anticipated. The California Franchise Tax Board announced new dates for those who have yet to receive the middle class tax refund. As many as 23 million Californians are eligible to receive inflation relief payments of up to $1,050, with the first batch of payments being dispersed on October 7th. These are 2 categories of direct deposit recipients: those who received a Golden State stimulus payment and those who did not. But friends, there may be some taxpayers under certain situations who e-filed and normally receive their refund via direct deposit that will be receiving a debit card this time. Those individuals that received a first or second Golden State stimulus will see their payments issued between October 7th and October 25th. The state will issue payments to non-Golden State stimulus recipients from October 28th through November 14th. The California Tax Authority advises that direct deposits typically occur within 3 to 5 business days from the issue date. Residents who filed a paper 2020 tax return will be sent a debit card along with others, while generally Golden Staters who e-filed their 2020 state tax return and get their tax refund via direct deposit will see the California inflation relief payment put straight into their bank account. But there are some instances when this will not be the case. Residents will be issued a debit card instead if they had a balance due, receive their Golden State stimulus via paper check, get their refund via paper check regardless of filing method, or have since filing their 2020 tax return change their account information. Debit cards will be issued to Californians based on the first letter of their last name, whether they received a first or second golden stimulus payment, and those who changed their account information since filing their 2020 tax return. Around 95% of payments to roughly 23 million eligible Californians are expected to be issued by the end of this year. So friends, it's really great to know that many lawmakers are finally taking action for the American people. Well, my amazing and greatest friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me here every day when I post a video. And I truly hope that you found this information helpful. Please remember to enter the Walmart gift card giveaways. All you have to do, friends, is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you leave a comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and blessed day.
Bizarre attempt to deny the American people's pain from Democrats' runaway inflation. After the latest nationwide data reported that consumer prices are rising at 8.3% year on year, the president suggested the country should be celebrating that they weren't rising even faster. Working Americans aren't buying that insulting spin. Middle-class families aren't rejoicing that daily life cost 8.3% more than it did a year ago. And listen to this, 13.2% more than when President Biden took office. In Parma, Ohio, one local grocer is working hard to keep her prices competitive, but admits, quote, "We've been getting hit with all of our suppliers with chicken, ground meat, everything." And in Fairfield County, the head of one organization that helps feed folks experiencing economic hardship put it this way: "I think things are going to get a whole lot darker and a lot more bleak before they get a lot better. We're desperately worried about food." Across the border in West Virginia and Fayette County, persistent high prices have one retired grandmother worried about how the rest of her family is making ends meet. She said, "I'm already stressed and trying to figure out how my daughter is going to pay to keep the lights on, get groceries, get school clothes, or her kids back." In Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, one shopper told a reporter that besides cutting back at the grocery store, she had taken on a second job, working nights at a warehouse to help feed her family of 4. This is what she had to say: "Clothing, gas, just about everything has gone up, and food is a large part of it." Meanwhile, the head of a small manufacturer in Big Bend, Wisconsin, reports that amid price hikes, stacked up supply chains, quote, "trying to source products has been very difficult." In each of these states' cases, West Virginia, Ohio, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, one senator tried to spare working families from all this preventable pain. Each of those states has one Republican senator who warned about inflation, who voted against inflation, and who voted for amendments that would have reduced inflation. But unfortunately, each one of those states also had a Democratic senator who decided to vote in a partisan lockstep to plow ahead with the trillions of dollars in reckless inflationary spending. One senator each from West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin cast the tie-breaking votes to bring this pain down on their citizens' heads. And now, sadly, they're all paying the price. Working families in West Virginia are paying Washington Democrats' inflation tax to the tune of an extra $563 a month. Ohioans are paying $666 more. In Pennsylvania, inflation is squeezing folks for an extra $605. And in Wisconsin, it's $673. Families in these states are paying a painful price for the deciding vote that their Democratic senators chose to cast. Now, on a related matter, Democrats' runaway inflation includes skyrocketing costs to keep the lights on and to heat or cool homes. We're also witnessing the dangerous vulnerabilities that Democrats in places like California have built into their electrical grids. California Democrats have spent years putting green lifestyle preferences ahead of the basic need and less reliable. We've seen the same California Democrats who spent years pushing their citizens to buy expensive electric cars now begging the public not to plug them in. And even as California teeters on the brink of an energy crisis of European proportions, Washington Democrats are pushing the rest of the country in the very same risky direction. They made their signature priority for this year spending even more of the people's money to take us even farther in the wrong direction, even faster. Last month, our Democratic colleagues rammed through a gigantic party line bill that raises taxes on reliable domestic American energy in order to subsidize wealthy people buying electric cars or fancy new appliances. Every Democratic senator cast the deciding vote for that reckless spending spree. That includes the senior senator for West Virginia, who claims he only did so because the Democratic